Imagine being a hard-boiled magical detective in a gritty, neon-lit city where the supernatural is just another Tuesday, only to get a case that hits way too close to home. The clues point to a powerful, ancient supernatural dynasty. The magic running through their veins is deadly, and the family secrets they're hiding are worth killing for. Welcome to Thicker Than Water, the 13th exclusive installment in Dan Willis's legendary Arcane Casebook series. If you love magical noir, supernatural mysteries, and the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a street-smart detective use arcane knowledge to outwit ancient, bloodthirsty elites, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in urban fantasy, blending the cynical, rain-slicked atmosphere of a detective thriller with the awe-inspiring, terrifying power of high-stakes blood magic. The narrative kicks off when our protagonist is handed a case that seems like a routine missing persons or supernatural dispute, only to quickly realize it's a tangled web of ancient bloodlines, toxic family dynamics, and deadly magical cover-ups. The atmosphere is a brilliant mix of gritty, noir-tinged urban landscapes and the opulent, terrifying hidden halls of supernatural aristocracy. Willis excels at capturing the magical noir vibe, making every shadowed alleyway, every whispered threat, and every drop of spilled blood feel like a high-stakes gamble in a world where the monsters wear tailored suits and sign binding contracts in blood. At the core of the book's addictive appeal is its spectacular supernatural family dynasty trope and the brilliant hard-boiled magical detective dynamic. This isn't just about shooting fireballs, it's about navigating treacherous supernatural politics, deciphering cryptic blood magic clues, and using street smarts to outmaneuver enemies who have been practicing the dark arts for centuries. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer the dynasty's secrets, jerry-rig arcane wards on the fly, and completely shock the arrogant, high-tier supernatural elites with their sheer, unyielding grit is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the magical combat and the cynical, razor-sharp internal monologues to life, making every clue and every close call feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular mysteries and the magical combat, the soul of Arcane Casebook lies in its characters and the heavy burden of the found family. The protagonist isn't just a lone wolf. They are fiercely protected by and fiercely protective of a beautifully dysfunctional crew of magical misfits, informants, and allies. The emotional anchor of the story is the stark contrast between the toxic, deadly biological families the detective is hunting and the chosen, unbreakable found family they've built in the shadows. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, cynical conversations in a dimly lit dive bar feel just as impactful as the explosive, magic-shattering confrontations. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. The supernatural dynasty realizes the detective is getting too close to their darkest, most lethal secret, forcing our protagonist into a spectacular, high-stakes confrontation in the heart of the enemy's stronghold. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled courage. The detective must use every hidden trick, every overloaded spell, and every ounce of their street-honed instincts to shatter the dynasty's power and survive the night. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves that while blood might be thicker than water, it doesn't make you invincible. Thicker Than Water is a triumph of the urban fantasy and magical mystery genres. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically addictive. Dan Willis has crafted a milestone book that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate magical underdog taking on the supernatural elite. Plug in your headphones, check your wards, and join the detective. The city is dark, the magic is bloody, but the case is wide open.